Hello and welcome to the podcast. If you ever take a walk through a swamp at night, you should beware not only the treacherous depths, but also the mystical and ghostly beings. Will-o'-the-wisps. Will-o'-the-wisps are atmospheric ghost lights that appear at night, often in marshy areas. They are typically described as flickering, glowing orbs of light that float above the ground and move in erratic patterns. Legends about will-o'-the-wisps date back centuries and can be found in many cultures around the world. Let's look into the etymology of the name will-o'-the-wisp. The word will is derived from the Old English word wile, which means a trick or a snare. Wisp refers to a bundle of hay or straw used for lighting fires. So, put together, will-o'-the-wisp is literally translated as trick of the light. They are sometimes referred to in Latin as ignis fatuus, Latin for foolish fire. In folklore, will-o'-the-wisps are often described as ghostly lights that appear at night, usually in swamps, marshes, and bogs. They are said to lure unsuspecting travelers off their path, only to disappear when the traveler gets too close. In some stories, if a person follows the light, they may be led to a treasure or otherworldly realm, but more often they are led to their demise. Will-o'-the-wisps are often associated with death, misfortune, and the supernatural. In folklore, will-o'-the-wisps are often seen as malevolent spirits or omens of death and misfortune. Some legends say that they are the souls of the dead who were unable to find peace, while others portray them as tricksters who lead travelers astray in the darkness. Explanations for the phenomenon of will-o'-the-wisps vary across cultures. Some believe that they are the spirits of the dead, while others think they are fairies or other magical creatures. In some traditions, the lights are thought to be the result of cursed land or malevolent witches. Will-o'-the-wisps have been reported all over the world, including the Americas, Asia, Europe, and Britain. In North America, the Cherokee people referred to them as fairy candles and believed they were the souls of infants who had died before being named. In Latin America, they are known as fuego fatuo, or foolish fire, and are often associated with the devil. Various names. People of China call them hundun, which translates to chaotic miasma. They are believed to be the result of yin and yang energies coming together in a certain way. In Japan, they are called hitodama, and are said to be the souls of the dead. In Europe, will-o'-the-wisps have played a significant role in folklore for centuries. In Britain, they are often referred to as pixie lights, and are associated with fairies and banshees. Or maybe they are a special form of the Celtic tree spirits who can shapeshift into different forms. Germanic folklore knows them as irrwish or errant sprite, and are thought to be mischievous spirits who delight in leading travelers astray. It is very unwise to follow the light of a will-o'-the-wisp, though some stories claim that the glowing creatures guards the treasures in the swamps. One who remembers the location can return and dig it in the morning. It is worth noting that not all will-o'-the-wisps are so dangerous. Sometimes they are seen as relatives of boggarts, tricky and mischievous, but not malicious creatures. However, fairy jokes at night sometimes have a fatal outcome. The Christians believed that will-o'-the-wisps are lamplighters of demons. They were not just a wandering ball of light, but were believed to be a one-legged demon with a lamp in his hand. He can become invisible at will, completely or leaving just the lamp in sight, and when he moves from place to place, he extinguishes the lamp, jumps on his leg, and lights the lamp again. The Baltic people believed that the orbs of light were the souls of deceased unbaptized children, locked in their misery. It was possible to try and help them, to baptize them after the death. Sometimes a single prayer, a sign of the cross, and the assignment of a Christian name to the soul was enough to set it free. Perhaps that is why in England lights are often called by name. In one fairy tale, a fisherman says to a light, "I name you John if you are a boy and Jill if you are a girl." Here we should mention the cunning Jack from the old fairy tale. The devil gave him a second life and Lack tried to deceive even him. In a result, Jack was not allowed into heaven or hell, but was handed a glowing lantern and sent to wander. The name Jack-o'-lantern is very similar to other nicknames of will-o'-the-wisps. A Halloween pumpkin with eyes and mouth cut out, with a light inside, resembles a light in the dark. Will-o'-the-wisps have had a significant impact on culture, appearing in literature, music, and fantasy books. In literature, they have been featured in works by Shakespeare, Edgar Allan Poe, and Sir Walter Scott. They have also appeared in countless folk tales and ghost stories throughout history. In fantasy books, they are often depicted as magical creatures that lead characters on quests or provide them with clues to solving mysteries. There are several scientific theories about what causes these mysterious lights, including the combustion of gases produced by decomposing organic matter and electrical discharge from the atmosphere. Natural explanations for will-o'-the-wisps include bioluminescent organisms such as fireflies, phosphorescent fungi, and gases emitted by decaying organic matter. This is especially true for swampy areas where decaying matter is abundant. However, not all instances of will-o'-the-wisps can be explained by natural phenomena, leading some to continue to believe in their mystical origins. None of these explanations have been fully proven, and the true nature of will-o'-the-wisps remains a mystery. The swamp lights have surprisingly diverse roles in games and fantasy. Most often, will-o'-the-wisp is just a monster to be destroyed by players. It is often disembodied and very difficult to hit. In the tradition of Dungeons and Dragons, will-o'-the-wisps has long been one of the least vulnerable opponents. Its defense is better than that of a fighter clad in full armor. It does not have outstanding attacking abilities, just a simple electric attack. Such will-o'-the-wisps can be met in the Icewind Dale and Neverwinter Nights series. In the Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion, its attacks are more interesting, drawing out vitality and healing in the process. It cannot be hit with ordinary weapons, making will-o'-the-wisps an unpleasant opponent. In the Warcraft series, the will-o'-the-wisps are not evil spirits after all, although they are still related to the undead. These are the souls of deceased elves who became the spirits of the forest. In World of Warcraft, a killed night elf turns into such a light to move to the place of death. Wisps are found in great numbers in the elven forests. They willingly sit in lamps, illuminating the magical cities, and even help to collect wood and gold for the buildings of the night elves' bases. Despite their scary reputation, will-o'-the-wisps continue to fascinate and intrigue people today. They have inspired stories, songs, and works of art, and are often used as symbols of mystery and magic. In conclusion, will-o'-the-wisps are a fascinating phenomenon with a rich history in folklore and culture. Whether they are the result of natural occurrences or mystical forces, they continue to capture the imagination of people all over the world. Thank you for joining me on this journey to explore the mysterious world of will-o'-the-wisps.